This is SHRM Global Radio in partnership with Timber Media, Podcasters for India Inc.
Hello and welcome to SHRM Global Radio, everybody. Ahalya here, keeping you company, and I'd suggest that you get very ready to embark on an exciting journey through the VUCA world, because that's what we're exploring on today's podcast. Now, VUCA stands for Volatile, Uncertain, Complex, and Ambiguous. And it's not just a fancy corporate word. Whether it's adapting to rapid changes or making smart decisions when the future's a bit foggy, we've got the tips and tricks that you need to stay ahead of the curve. So grab your headphones and join us as we navigate the twists and turns of the VUCA world. It's really just going to be a thrilling ride, and by the end, you'll also be ready to tackle any challenge that comes your way. Now let's get started by fully understanding VUCA. To do this, let's break down each component. Now, V is for volatility. Picture this. Everything is smooth sailing, and then boom, COVID-19 hit. Businesses had to pivot overnight. Leaders who adapted quickly, well, they're the ones that thrived amid the chaos. Next, we have uncertainty, the U in VUCA. Imagine navigating economic ups and downs caused by geopolitical tensions or tech disruptions. Leaders often make big decisions with limited information, like playing chess with half the pieces, turning planning into a high-stakes endeavor. Next comes the C, complexity. Now, think a maze of interconnected variables. Does that sound scary? For instance, managing a global supply chain during trade wars or pandemics, well, that requires balancing multiple factors from local regulations to international logistics. Complexity makes decision-making exceptionally challenging because each variable can have a domino effect on the entire system. And finally, A, ambiguity. Now, we don't like ambiguity. Not in our personal lives, not in our professional lives, but it is something we are confronted with often in today's day and age. Ambiguity refers to the absence of clear cause and effect relationships. Real-world examples like these highlight the VUCA nature of our current environment. But understanding these elements is merely step one. The real challenge lies in navigating this landscape effectively. So now, let's dive deeper into the challenges that leaders face in a VUCA world. The first challenge presents itself in adapting to change. Now here, change is not just a constant. It is often rapid and also unforeseen. Leaders must guide their organizations through these turbulent waters. Imagine having to pivot your entire business model overnight due to an unexpected market shift or a global crisis. Keeping pace with such changes can be exhausting, demanding resilience and agility. Another big challenge comes in the form of decision-making. In an environment where information is incomplete and ever-evolving, making informed decisions can feel like a Herculean task. Leaders frequently find themselves making critical choices based on partial data and uncertain outcomes. The pressure to act decisively, despite a lack of clarity, can be paralyzing. And yet, it is a reality that many leaders must navigate in today's world. Communication presents another significant challenge. While effective communication is always crucial, it becomes even more complex in a VUCA world. Leaders need to ensure that their messages are clear, consistent, and timely amidst the chaos, because miscommunication can lead to confusion, mistrust, and a breakdown in team cohesion. And last but not the least, probably one of the few times that I've actually meant that phrase, we must consider team dynamics. Uncertainty can heavily impact team morale and cohesion. When teams are uncertain about their direction or future, it can lead to anxiety and disengagement. Leaders must foster a supportive environment, providing clarity and encouragement to maintain team spirit and productivity. Navigating these challenges requires a blend of resilience, flexibility, and transparent communication. Now, you know how it is on SHRM Global Radio. We don't only present you with the ground reality, we also present you with tools and insights on how you can move into a better reality. So instead of fearing the unknown, approach it with curiosity. And I know we've just tapped into a lot of people's fear of the ocean, but truly, it's like exploring uncharted territory. Exciting, right? Develop scenarios and contingency plans, but stay open to new possibilities. Foster a culture where uncertainty is part of the journey, and encourage your team to focus on what they can control. For complex problem solving, use tools like root cause analysis or RCA and systems thinking. Break down complex issues into manageable parts and involve diverse perspectives. This collaborative approach can lead to innovative solutions and a clearer understanding of problems as well. And lastly, clear vision and communication. Now, these are indispensable. Even in ambiguous situations, maintaining a clear vision and communicating it effectively is key. Keep your team informed about goals, progress, and any shifts in direction. Transparency fosters trust and helps keep your team aligned and motivated. And at this point in our episode, now that you've heard our perspective, let's also hear from an industry expert in conversation with Nisha from SHRM's content team. Listen in.
I'm delighted to introduce our guest, Suchita Kalele, HR Director at Beckman Coulter. With a wealth of experience in HR leadership across diverse sectors, Suchita is recognized as a thought leader, especially when it comes to navigating leadership challenges in the VUCA era. Today, she'll be sharing expert insights on how leaders can navigate and thrive in such dynamic conditions. Welcome to SHRM Global Radio, Suchita.
Thank you, Nisha. Looking forward to the conversation.
Wonderful. Here is your first question, please. What are the top 3 qualities that you believe make an effective leader?
Thank you, Nisha, for asking a very pertinent question around being an effective leader in a VUCA world. According to me, 3 qualities of being an effective leader. A is being able to inspire people and align the entire organization to one common purpose, one common goal that the organization is striving for. B, once the organization is inspired, how does the leader really drive the execution bit relentlessly, seamlessly every day by fueling passion of the people in the organization to bring this purpose alive, to bring this goal alive. That is when the rubber hits the road and the organization is able to see an impact of the entire strategy that is of the people. Finally, I believe in order to be an effective leader, one of the most important quality is to be a talent magnet in the industry where the leader has followership and top talents across generation are looking forward to work with the leader. These are the top 3 qualities of an effective leader in this dynamic setup.
Awesome. So very well said. Thank you, Suchita. The next question is, what do you see as the top 3 challenges when leading people function in a VUCA world?
Another interesting question, Nisha, and I think it is very well weaved into our first question of the qualities of effective leaders. I believe that if we have to lead in a VUCA world, as the function leaders, we ourselves should be able to envision what the future entails, how the industry is shaping up, and what would be the talent needs, the capabilities that will evolve in the future. So this envisioning capability, I think, is something that's the most challenging we find in the industry today. The next area that I would like to focus on is the ability to really create a culture where leaders are able to balance the short-term shareholder ask, stakeholder ask, and build a long-term sustainable growth mindset. So not just focusing on what is needed today, but really understanding where the future is going and being able to drive this balanced approach. I think that is another bit of challenge that we are facing in the industry where the focus is either on delivering the numbers for this month, this quarter, or the organizations are way too ahead thinking of the future and missing the bus on the short-term wins. I think that balanced approach is the next big challenge that we need to address. Also, how do we channelize our own HR team and build capabilities such that we are constantly helping the business through this change, partnering with them in true sense and becoming solution providers to them. As leaders, the environment is pretty challenging for us. It's a very, very competitive ecosystem. So one challenge that will stay consistent with us through decades, through generations is going to be how do we stay empathetic and humane in our approach when we are going through such turbulent and dynamic times. I think these are the couple of challenges that come to my mind as we speak about the VUCA world and challenges of the people function leader.
So true in today's times when everything is in a state of flux. The last question for you, what is the top strategy for effective leadership as per you?
So we spoke about VUCA world. Things are changing, things are dynamic. And it's very important to stay simple in terms of our leadership, in terms of our strategy. For me, it's a simple three-pronged approach. Okay. Things are changing faster than you can think of. So stay confident, be courageous, and take risk. It's okay to fail, it's okay to experiment. But unless we are able to take those risks, we are always going to be in the laggard category. So take the first mover advantage. That's the first bit. The second one is, as the CEO of the organization, as the business head, as the functional head, it's very important to stay connected with our consumers, with our employees, with our stakeholders, and lead by example. So we should not shy away from going to the outlet and knowing what our consumer is thinking on the ground, and lead by examples. And finally, ensure that you are using all the insights that you are having to guide the teams, simultaneously building accountability and empowering your teams such that they are able to create an impact on the ground with your insights, with your support. So I think these are the three things I would do to build effective leadership strategy in a dynamic world.
Thank you so much, Suchita, for those very valuable insights on leadership strategies in today's unpredictable world. I'm sure our listeners will take away some actionable insights to apply in their leadership journeys. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Nisha. It was a pleasure talking to you.
And just like that, we arrive at the end of our exploration on today's episode of SHRM Global Radio. Now, I hope that this deep dive into leadership in a VUCA world has inspired you to consider how these strategies can enhance leadership effectiveness for everyone. I'll be back next month with another compelling topic to get you thinking. In the meantime, feel free to catch up on our previous episodes, stay excited for the ones to come, and take care. This is Mia Halya, signing off.
This is SHRM Global Radio in partnership with Timber Media, Podcasters for India, Inc.